up, YouTube? It's your girl Breezy here, and we're back for another video.
Hi, I'm Jerica. I'm the sister.
I didn't tell you to do all that. I was gonna introduce you. Go ahead and get into it. Yeah.
You didn't even let me introduce myself. You were so rude. You
Oh,
didn't say my
okay.
name is Jerica.
We can do it again.
I'm a prop.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Breezy here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest, my big sister Jerica.
Hello, everybody.
That's all you want to say?
Oh, now I get to say something. I'm Jerica. Happy to be here and here from the big Seamoose. But
That's Columbus for anybody outside of Ohio who doesn't know what that means. But anyway, she's gonna help me today, and we're gonna do a special little thing called angel food cake. I don't know why it's called food cake. We were just talking about that. Why not just angel cake? But we're gonna make it anyway. The first thing I'm gonna do real quick is go ahead and preheat the oven. So be right back.
I'll stay here.
Then the next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and sift together the cake flour and powdered sugar. So this is the powdered sugar.
Go.
Yeah, go ahead. There's that. Here's the flour. Put it together. That's what together means.
Because we're happy and we're trying to...
You just like hit it with your hand a little bit.
And you get jiggy with it.
Is that too small of a bowl?
No, let's just...
She actually can bake too. Don't let this confuse you.
This is difficult.
Hopefully between the two of us, we can make this happen right today. But, you know, it just might take 5 hours or something. We'll see.
Even little ballies form. Don't form little ballies.
Well, that's why you're sifting it. To get out all the little bollies.
Just give me a spoon or something. Smush it.
Or you can just dump them.
Okay. If you're okay with me dumping.
Yeah, dump them.
Dump.
No, not in there. Why would you put the big
You said to dump them.
That's why you're sifting out the big clumps.
That is not why you're
The big
sifting out.
Give me this. Shoot. Ruining my cake. And we'll do less in there this time. Watch how much faster I do this than you.
Look how much bigger of a bowl you have than me.
Look, I ain't say all that. We're not talking about that. Now I'm gonna dump the ballies out because we don't want the ballies in there.
You're giving me the small bowl.
What? Do you want me to do it again?
So rude.
Here. Do this so you won't get stuff everywhere. Scoop it in now. I apologize for jacking up the first time. I realized that it was difficult for you.
It would have been difficult for anybody.
6.5 hours later.
Now that we're all sifted out, we're gonna go ahead and put the egg whites in here along with the cream of tartar, salt, and flavoring. Sister friend, yes, you can pour that into this big old bowl for me. That's 12 egg whites, not yolks, just whites. Then cream of tartar, that's that one. This is the salt of the earth. And there's a teaspoon and a half of vanilla and a half teaspoon of almond flavoring, right? Potent. We're gonna beat this until the whites become foamy. You can do that part too.
Okay.
Do all the work on this here show. Now that the egg whites are foamy, we're gonna go ahead and gradually pour in a cup of white granulated sugar. So, hit it again, and I'm gonna slowly pour it in.
I'm done.
No, you're not.
What is it supposed to become?
Stiff peaks.
Oh, you didn't tell me. Her turn.
She's quitting, so it's my turn. Please, God. I think, well, here's the thing. I'm thinking about when I make lemon meringue pie, and they still kind of like a little bit, but the fact that they go up at all.
They have
Oh,
this
look,
peak
it's
stash.
mommy. She can help us too.
Mother.
Did you let the egg whites come to room temperature?
Mostly.
Mostly.
Oh, she said,
We have a third guest on today's show.
This is bad.
That looks good.
This is stiff.
That looks good.
Stiff. Thank you. I told you. Okay. Well, thank you for your insight.
This is when my mom and sister had a 10-minute conversation about things that had absolutely nothing to do with angel food cake.
It's up to you. Like I said, I'm also willing to like, if you want to get something like barbecue, like.
Anyway, the mystical voice called my mother says that our peaks are almost stiff. And I could beat a little bit longer and we'll be there. So, we're gonna beat a little bit longer.
Moment of truth.
I think this is it. Please, Lord. We're gonna go with it.
It looks like you could just eat it, but you'll die.
Salmonella. So the next part is to fold in the flour and powdered sugar mixture into the egg whites, but only a 4th cup at a time. So, do you want to scoop or fold? Selfish.
Yes, I am.
Just as a little educational moment, the reason why we fold, especially for this cake, which is a very, very light cake, as you can see, it's mostly egg whites, which also makes things lighter, is to keep it fluffy. When you stir in something, it beats out all the air that's in whatever you just did. So you fold, because it's like a nice little gentle caress as you incorporate the flour and sugar into the egg whites. Oh, my arm hurts, sister. Yeah, I'm actually really glad that I have you today, because this would have been a bad one to do alone.
Labor intensive.
Yes. Okay.
My turn already.
Thank you. Kind of an aggressive folder. You're beating out my air.
I'm trying to, but I'm at a weird angle.
I think that's it. So the next part of this is just to put it into an ungreased, I checked on this 2 times, ungreased pan.
Oh shoot.
Yup. Which makes me nervous, but I'm gonna follow the recipe. If it steers me wrong, y'all know it's not my fault. We're gonna choose this bad boy. Ain't she pretty? And it says to spoon it into this. In fact, let me get you a spoon too, so it's a little quicker. Here. Then it says to run a knife through the batter to get rid of any air pockets. So I'm gonna get that to you. Just run it through, I guess. You don't have to do it like slow, I don't think. Just like, you know, maybe a little figure 8 type motions. I think that's good. Then we're gonna bake it for 35, 45 minutes, something like that. You wanna do the honors?
I'd be happy to.
Go ahead. While it's baking in the oven, we're gonna start making our strawberry puree sauce type thing that's gonna go on top of this. So I have about, I don't know, this might be a 3/4 cup, really, of strawberries. So we're gonna puree these ones, which are whole, and then I already have some sliced ones that we're gonna put into the puree later on. Those are gonna be like whole chunks. And if you don't have a food processor, I think you can also use a blender. Oops. Throw them in there. Hit it, sis. Pop it out of there. The pureed strawberries into the saucepan. So you want to do that part? Sure. I'm supposed to use cornstarch, but we don't have cornstarch apparently. So I looked it up, and you can also use flour as a replacement for cornstarch. It said to use 3 times the amount. I feel like that's a lot, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna use about half, and then we'll see if it doesn't work, and if it doesn't work, then we'll put in more later on. But now we're gonna go ahead and start cooking it over the stove and see what happens next. Jerica up and left us out of nowhere, which is fine. She has to go get her car fixed, I understand. But before she did that, she did save the strawberry sauce because I forgot to put in the sugar. Helps with sweetness, and also helps for the sauce to come to an actual sauce-like consistency. So now we have our strawberry sauce, which is thickened up. And I'm gonna put in the vanilla and the sliced strawberries that I have pre-cut up. There's strawberries. and put this into a different bowl to cool for a while. Next up, we're going to go ahead and whip our whipping cream to make whipped cream for topping along with the strawberry sauce. So I'm not measuring this out at all. I'm just going to put some in there and do a little bit of vanilla. I'm going to do some powdered sugar in there. This is a little bit less than a 4th cup. Again, I didn't measure any of this, so I have no idea how much it's going to end up being or how sweet it's going to be. I'm going to be more scarce with it than generous right now to make sure that I don't over sweeten it. And then beat it. Once again, we have stiff peaks just like the egg whites from earlier. And that should be good. Wow. So it's been baking for 35 minutes and the recipe said to test it after that time to see if it's done. I'm gonna slide it right in the middle of the side to see if the toothpick comes out clean. And it is, which means it's done. So once your toothpick comes out clean, the recipe says to flip it upside down immediately and let it come to a complete cool that way. So I'm gonna find a pan, flip it upside down, and we'll leave it alone to do its thing. Just do it like that. See if I can figure out a good way to do this. Oh Lord. There we go. And leave it just like this to cool. So it's been about 45 minutes. The cake is cooled. So now this is the moment of truth that always makes me nervous. Why am I saying always like I do this all the time? This is my first time doing it. Getting it out of the pan. Here we go. Of course, we chose a patterned pan, so it's gonna be a little bit more difficult, but I'm just gonna go around the edges and do that, then go around the middle, and hopefully, Lord willing, it'll pop right out. All right, now I'm gonna take this plate, do it like that, flip it over. Oh gosh. Oh no. Come out. Come out, I say. Oh no. Give it a little extra help. Oh. I did make it a little ugly on the sides, but in general, it turned out. This light's way too bright. Let me turn it down so you can see it better. Now you can see it more. It's not very cute, but I'm sure it tastes good. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up, put the strawberries on there, put the whipped cream on there, and see the final product. All right, I'll choose from right here. It is super soft though. Very, very soft, very light. And I'll just lift it up to show you. Wow, look at that. It's like, almost like jiggly, but super soft, super light. Get a little bit of our strawberry sauce here. I dropped some on the plate. That's not as cute. It's all right. Trying to make it pour off the sides all cute and artsy like a food artist. But y'all know I ain't no professional. A little dollop of our whipped cream right on top. Bam. Voila. And now,
Y'all know I'm not a professional. I moved my phone into the shot, so please, for the rest of the video, just excuse it sitting there in front of my face.
moment of truth. Moment we've all been waiting for, the taste test. Let's see. Get a little whipped cream, get a little strawberry. Yes, sir. Even though I almost messed it up with the strawberry sauce, we made it. Nice little light, airy dessert. No fat. There was no butter, no oil in there. Mostly just sugar. But as long as you ain't got diabetes, you good. As always, thank you for watching my video. Thank you for coming to my channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want me to do next. And also shout out to my sister, guest star. But yeah, this was Angel Food Cake. Thanks. Bye.